Good morning, guys. So it is Saturday morning and we are treating ourselves to kind of like homemade sausage rolls. We saw this being made on a Facebook clip this morning, and basically all it is you cook your sausages. These of course are Super Value sausages, are Super Quinn sausages. Irish people will know how good they are. I've had to cut the ends off them, two reasons. One, so I can give Tilly and Ferdy a little treat on a Saturday morning, and secondly, because Super Quinn sausages are really, really long and they wouldn't fit inside my bread otherwise. So what you do is take some bread, white bread. We don't normally eat white bread, but we went out special and bought, or James went out special and bought this. You take off the crusts as best you can, and then you sort of just like roll it out till it's a little bit flatter, like so. So we do. And then we take one of our sausages and we roll it inside like that. And then here I have like a little bit of milk, maybe like 30 mils of milk and 3 eggs kind of like whisked together. And you just sort of like roll that in the egg. And then you have a pan heated with oil. And you fry them until they are golden brown. And so we will get on with making this and let you know how good they taste in a few minutes. So as you can see here, they're all going golden brown really, really nicely. This sort of, the end has kind of like popped up a little bit on a couple of them, so I'll probably have to tweak that again. Ooh, we're getting very steamy in here. I probably did up far too much egg, so I'm actually just going to use the rest of it and make some scrambled egg as well on the side. I do have more sausages on as well. I kind of cooked just 4 each. I think we're going to have more of a brunch than a, ooh, I'm really steaming up, sorry for my finger. I think we're going to have more of a brunch than a breakfast because we plan on doing our grocery shopping very shortly as well, so we don't want to be hungry doing that, otherwise we will buy the entire shop. But yeah, these are really looking good and they smell good as well. The recipe suggestion that we saw on Facebook suggested that you cover them in sugar and serve with maple syrup. That's really up kind of James's alley, but probably not mine. I would probably prefer a more savory topping, but we'll see how it goes. But they are looking really good. So probably not going to win any awards for presentation, but here we have our homemade sausage rolls, a side of scrambled egg, and I actually put some Parmesan cheese in it. These are the full-sized Super Quinn sausages, and I absolutely love gherkins right now. We've been having them with everything. So a side of those and some curry sauce. James is actually having maple syrup with his, so we are going to taste this and see how it goes. It looks and smells delicious. So I am positively wrecked, and I have some relationship goals for everybody, and they are this: your husband putting your boots on because you simply can't bend down to do it. We have to go out and do the dreaded grocery shopping, which we absolutely hate. Grocery shopping, despise.
With a passion.
With, oh my god, we're matching.
Oh, yeah.
That is so unplanned.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes, so we have to go do our grocery shopping in that kind of weather.
I know.
It is just the last thing I want to do. I am so tired. But we have to do it today because we can't do it tomorrow and we can't do it on Monday. And then the week will have started, and before we know it, it'll be the weekend before Christmas and we have to go do our Christmas shopping, which we kind of enjoy if you can enjoy grocery shopping. So yes, you might be lucky, and if the store is quiet enough, we might take you grocery shopping. I bet you're excited. But yes, I'm now going to have to get into the car. Oh God. I really just want to snuggle up onto the couch with a Christmas movie and a bowl of popcorn and some Reese's Pieces and maybe some Coke. I might get some Coke. As in, like, the drink Coke, not the drug Coke, just to clarify. But yes. Okay. The sheer effort of it. So I hope you guys can see this, but the beauty of living, while we live in Dublin, we actually live in County Dublin, in the countryside. And so in the little village that we live, there are several ways in and out, but they're all sort of small country roads, or at least small for Dublin country roads. And when the weather is bad, this one in particular, which is kind of like the main route in and out to sort of the coastal area where we are, floods horrendously, and sometimes the road actually even closes and you have to go to one of the other two roads, which can also flood really, really badly. And there was one time, and my brother Oisin will remember this because he used to live with us at one point and he worked in Dublin. He got the bus to this kind of junction that we're approaching here now, and he had to walk from this junction to where we live, which is probably, would you say, about 7 or so kilometers?
About that, yeah.
About 7 kilometers. In the lashing of rain, and we actually couldn't even come and pick him up because the road was so flooded in so many areas. So yeah, we're not going to stay out too long in case we do get cut off from the town.
Oh my God, look at all.
Oh wow. Unfortunately, there is a field beside us. Maybe go into the outer lane. There's a field beside, actually most of the fields on our sides here are all flooded, which that's kind of unusual now. I've never really seen the fields flooded. But yeah, it's still raining really, really heavily here. So we're going to try and be as quick as possible, but we've just realized in addition to going grocery shopping, we're going to Aldi because we are Aldi people. We have tried other supermarkets like Tesco's and Lidl, and we do use Super Value a lot because that's what we have where we live. But for us, we find for the most part Aldi to be the best value. We don't buy absolutely everything there. We still buy a lot of meat and stuff from our butcher as well because we like to shop local, and he does do amazing deals as well. And we don't get our cleaning products there because I prefer to buy them in deals. But we are going to have to go to deals as well because James has actually really badly hurt his knee this morning. He walked into our chest of drawers. I know I shouldn't laugh, but it was so funny, and I wish I'd caught it on camera.
Not funny.
It was. I know, and I don't mean to laugh, babe, but it was kind of funny at the time.
Very small.
So we want to pop over there and they do like the sort of the bandages and things for, you know, like for your wrists or your elbows or your knees and stuff. And we also need some puppy pads for Tilly, and they do like 7 for $1.49 in a pack there in deals, which are great value because we go through at least one of those a day. Not a pack, a puppy pad. And I also want to get some cleaning products. Deals I find is amazing value for like brand named cleaning products, so I like to stock up when I go there as well. So we're going to try and be as quick as possible because, oh my God, even like the dual carriageway here is flooded. Ooh, take it handy. We've taken my car because we're too lazy to empty James's car after the wedding yesterday. And even though my car is obviously considerably smaller, being a Beetle and a 2-door car, we're just going to make do. Isn't that right? Although the fact that we're going to have to go grocery shopping next weekend for Christmas anyway, and we're sort of out, like when you think about it, for this coming week we've got like a lot of dinners and lunches and stuff out, so we're not going to need a massive amount of food because we have our company Christmas party on Tuesday. Well, I don't really like calling it a Christmas party because there's just myself and Keely. Obviously James is coming with us because he's an honorary member of the company. We're going for afternoon tea, And we're also going to be writing our Christmas cards to our clients as well, hopefully. Or signing them at least. We'll have them written, we're just going to sign them while we're all together. And then we have another kind of like businessy lunch thing on Thursday as well. So yeah, we won't have to do a huge amount of grocery shopping because they're going to be eating out a great deal. So we're just in from our grocery shopping in Aldi, and I am in the midst of putting everything away. But I wanted to share with you my two major bugbears with grocery shopping. One of them is from in the store, and it's people leaving freezer drawers or doors open. I just don't understand it. Twice today while we were shopping, we were walking, you know the way like Aldi shopping malls have like freezers on a few kind of aisles, so you walk along one side and there's freezers on one side, and you walk along the other side, there's freezers on the other side, and there's some at the ends. So twice today, people opened the sort of the freezer section, took out what they wanted, and then only half closed it. Why? Like, what's the point? You know, it would take you an extra second to bring it the whole way across. People are so unbelievably lazy. Major, major bugbear. If you're guilty of that, shame on you. The second big bugbear I have is all of the like cardboard and the paper waste that shopping produces. I often fill, I haven't done it yet because I'm still in the middle of unpacking, but I often half fill, or if it's a really, really large shop, totally fill a black sack of like cardboard and paper wrapping and stuff, because I take most of my like my fruits, my vegetables, freezer stuff, all that kind of thing out of like the original packaging, and I have like baskets or shelves and things that they go into in our fridge or in our freezer, and the same in our pantry as well. So I put things in jars or tubs and things like that. So it means it produces a massive amount of like cardboard. The one thing I do like about Aldi for that though is that you can actually stand at the rear of the store and sort of, I suppose, like depacket some of your things and put them into like a recycling container they have there. So I really like that they're kind of ahead of their game in that. But yeah, what are your bugbears when it comes to grocery shopping? Do share them with me in the comments below. So for those of you who are wondering how I get out of the whole thing of taking the packet, or how I am able to take the packages off my freezer stuff and put them in, I use these sort of labels here that you can see on the packet. I bought this packet of labels, I think for like €2 in IKEA some time ago, but I've seen them in the kitchenware section a few times. And as you can see, you can put your own date on it, or your own year, what it is, and then the month and the day it's going off. So I just do that to all the stuff that I take out of packets, particularly if it doesn't have a label on its packet. And I'll do that for anything like cookies that I bake or meat that I freeze, or, you know, anything at all. It just means then I know exactly what it is and how long I have it. And then obviously for things that I mightn't necessarily know the expiration date on, say for example if I bake a batch of cookies, I'll have an idea in my head as to how long they'll last in the freezer, but what I'll normally do is write a little note beside the date that says something like, you know, put in the freezer on, so I know it's not its expiration date but the actual date that it went in, just so I know for future. So really, really useful little labels. And I'm sure that, you know, if you don't have an IKEA near you, you could do something like this up on your laptop and just use like sheet labels and things like that. So I have these in my pantry all of the time. And again, like that, if I take even dried goods out of its packet and sort of put it into like a jar or another sort of decorative box, I'll do a similar thing as well. So hopefully that's a useful and a handy tip for somebody out there. This is one of my favorite things about Christmas. It's the lights, it's the fire, it's like our PJs, it's our baby beside us, it's glasses of wine, and we are going to watch some real kind of like Christmassy chill out movies while eating gin and tonic crisps, because we're fancy like that, aren't we, James? You seem far more interested in Do you know what's on the television? 102 Dalmatians. James is the biggest softie when it comes to pets. Aren't you?
I am.
He's a massive softie.
We come to the little doggies. Wow.
I showed James a baby Pomeranian today. It was like a teacup Pomeranian. There's a little video of it on Facebook. He was so cute. He'd literally fit in the palm of your hands. So yeah, we are going to relax like this until it's time for dinner. What do you think?
I think so too.
So, despite actually going out and doing all of our grocery shopping today, James and I have gone and gotten great big dirty takeaways for our dinner tonight because we're too lazy to cook and too tired. But we order from the most nicest Chinese takeaway we've ever ordered from. The people are so nice. James ends up having like lifelong conversations with the lady who takes our orders, and she's always so sweet. And she today she was telling him all about, obviously she asked were we all set for Christmas, and Chinese people don't celebrate Christmas. She is Chinese, in case that wasn't obvious. And she was telling us all about her Chinese New Year, which obviously will take place in February and that. And they are so sweet and so nice. They all, well, I'm sure it's all automated, and once we phone, our number pops up. But she always remembers. She actually said to James, I haven't heard from you in a while. So it's so sweet. So we're going to tuck into this delicious takeaway. Does anybody else do that, though? Go do their grocery shopping and then end up having a takeaway, even though there's loads of food in the house? I hope you do, and we're not weird like that.
We're weird like that.
James. Sorry. James has never seen Frozen before. Have you, darling?
No.
So I've suggested to him that maybe we should watch it right now. And what's your reaction to that, darling? But you see, James is a good husband, aren't you, darling? So do you know what we'll be watching tonight? Can anybody guess?
Warm.
So yes, James had promised a number of weeks ago that before the Christmas is over that he was going to watch Frozen to see what all the hype was about. Isn't that true?
I'm watching the opposite of Frozen.
Which is?
Warmer.
So yes, we are going to set that up, and before we watch it, I think I'm going to edit this video. And tomorrow, hopefully, James will give us a review on what he thought of Frozen. Yeah? Are you on for that? So, stay tuned for tomorrow to see what James thought of Frozen. Aww. So, good night for now. Say night-night, darling.
Good night.
Dilly, say night-night. Say night-night. Who's a good girl? Okay. Tilly can't talk. So, good night, and we shall see you tomorrow when we might have some exciting adventures.
It's very exciting.
You'll have to tune in tomorrow to see what we're talking about.